I can see your face. It makes me very happy. All right, let's get this.
You'll think he's kidding, but he's not. He says that like, yeah, constantly.
Yep.
He says it too much.
Whispering in my sleep. All right, we're doing this.
Go for it.
I was gonna say screaming uncontrollably, but yeah.
Hello everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live-streamed Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. I'm joined as always by a now skeleton crew of friends. That's a good name for a D&D group right there, the skeleton crew. Chris playing Valravn, the Eladrin Bard of Eloquence.
Hello.
Heather playing Fray, the halfling barbarian of the Beast. Raymond playing Edmond, the human alchemist artificer. Our sessions live on YouTube every Friday evening. Watch all of our D&D live series as well as reviews and Let's Plays on my YouTube channel. And read weekly session recaps at rogue20.com. Watch my behind-the-scenes No Players Allowed live series, Crafting Icewind Dale, every Thursday. And then over to our live post-session discussion, Frostside Chat after our show tonight. And you can listen to all these D&D live shows with the Rogue Watson podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow me on Twitter.
You should be happy I'm here.
We're always happy you're here.
I'm very happy.
No, PAX is going on and Acquisitions Incorporated is on right now, and I'm
really?
not watching
right
it. So yes, so you're very lucky.
Well, shout out to everybody watching this right. Is that going on live right now?
Yes.
Are we counter programming? Man.
We are.
All right. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/RogueWatson. For our campaign, we use Roll20.net. For video chat, we use Discord. And for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Music is by Kevin MacLeod, and our amazing original character art was done by Jimmy McClure. Previously on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Kadroth met the party in the cisterns beneath the castle with a small contingent of forces, and he didn't plan on letting them leave alive after everything they had discovered. Spells rang out and tentacles erupted from the waters, but using their own spells and acrobatics, the marshals leapt to safety to engage the enemy. While Valravn used the Calm Emotion spell to help secure their egress, Frey deftly ran along the icy edges of the water toward the ledge, where she proceeded to grab several enemies and yeet them into the freezing water. Thimbleweed rained down arrows and his supernatural bugs, including a nasty critical hit on Kadroth himself, and using his bugs to send him into the water. Even Kadroth's large half-ogre bodyguard proved inept, as a mist strike with his Chardalyn-powered axe sent him paralyzed and, you guessed it, hurled into the freezing water. The fight ended when Valravn used Dissonant Whispers to send Kadroth scurrying past an enraged Frey, who embedded his body into the nearest wall. With Kadroth and his forces slain, the party returned to topside to find Avarice's coup had been successful, and with the party's help, forced the last few loyalists to surrender. Afterwards, she divulged the truth of why she had come here. The Arcane Brotherhood had sent 3 wizards to hunt down a 4th, one of their own who had stolen an artifact from within their organization and journeyed to Icewind Dale for reasons unknown. But soon afterward, the endless night had begun. The wizards had gone their separate ways, but still sought answers. Avarice's plan was to follow the Chardalyn, believing there to be a massive source somewhere underground. She took the remaining black swords and abdicated the castle, turning it back over to Speaker Crannock. The marshals left the castle as heroes to the townsfolk and enjoyed a long rest in the town before making their way south towards Good Mead. So hopefully everybody
have to level up.
There's no level up. Nice try.
You said there was a level up.
No level
every
up.
Long rest.
No, not long rest. Every level up. Not quite, but you do get a long rest.
Yes. I feel like I had a level of exhaustion. I'm not positive. I feel like I have a level of exhaustion every.
That sounds right.
Session.
Yeah, like a most normal state of being. It's fucking cold up here. I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah.
You're delicate.
Your exhaustion goes away with every long rest.
Yes. I'm clear now.
Don't worry. I'll exhaust you soon. At this point, you would feel more comfortable with the general malaise and freeziness of the area. I feel
it's a blood condition. Valravn's just tired all the time.
All right, so you all begin heading south. I guess southwest initially. Let's see, are we on the? Yeah, we're on the map.
We're on the road, right?
Yeah. On the road again.
Oh Lord.
Yep. Which is, you guys have traveled over the tundra, which was not very easy, and you guys even traveled between Caer Konig and Caer Dineval, which was a road but wasn't very well traveled. And as you start moving southwest, this road is at least a little in better shape. You get the feeling that not a lot of people actually travel by road up here to go towards Caer Dineval and Caer Konig. And in fact, what you've learned from these other towns is that most people are coming from, instead of taking the road, they would travel to East Haven and then take the ferry across the lake, like Danishare, to one of these towns. But apparently the lake is just fucking mostly frozen over by now. So there's just no travel, and that's making these poor towns even more remote. So it's a road, but it's not exactly a well-traveled road. And you guys move about 3 miles an hour on a road.
Trudging along,
yeah. Puts you like maybe here-ish. And after about an hour and a half, the road turns around a corner heading south. In just a few feet, you see several broken sleds and fresh blood still in the snow.
Does this look similar to the first time we all met with broken sleds and blood in the snow?
What a callback.
I remember a very similar description.
You get some memories of that. You get a nice little flashback to that.
Yeah, that's right. I am looking for a beast.
You have a feeling you found probably that beast on the mountain.
Oh, the Yetis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we see any bodies?
You see no bodies.
Nobody.
What are you saying, Ray?
Are we role-playing our missing party members? Pretend they don't exist.
They are... they're with you at the moment.
After the snowbake.
They're with you at the moment. I will say that. They are traveling with you.
He's like, it's blood. Oh, I don't remember his voice.
No, you're right there. You're right there.
Oh my! Oh, lots of blood.
This blood looks fresh. Allow me to track it.
Indeed, it does.
No, I
don't. Ray, if you want to give me, I can try to look up what his survival check is. You can get his. Give me a D20 plus 6 to survival.
Almost a crit.
That is almost a crit. Thimbleweed can tell you that he doesn't see any like giant monster tracks or anything like that. You don't see, in fact, what you see is just humanoid footprints everywhere. It appears to be pretty chaotic, and whatever happened here, it seems to have happened not too long ago, but you don't see any sign of bodies. And whenever you try to start like leaving the area, it's just kind of gets more chaotic with the footprints, and then like maybe even like sled marks and things, and it just, you end up losing whatever tracks you were trying to follow pretty quickly.
We don't see identifying tracks around this event that might lead us to know who did this.
No.
Okay.
Seems whatever happened fairly recently, and from what you can, with that roll, you could also tell that it seems like these sleds were heading back the way you came.
From what I can tell, these events must have happened recently. My best guess is that it was a struggle, and whoever was involved ran into each other and like a black hole just sucked up into itself.
What a fanciful guess, my good friend.
Do you have a better one?
Not at all.
As you can see, there are no tracks leading us away from this area. So no other logical explanation except that they imploded upon themselves.
God, he does it so well.
It really is. It's phenomenal.
Have you thought maybe it could fly?
Seems likely.
He's speechless.
Let's just go find some evidence.
That was all three of you started speaking.
Just like the tracks.
Yep. Celeste is mopping the blood.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's do some looking around this wreck. See what's in the sleds.
But there's like no track. So, like you were saying, there's like no tracks or anything that lead away that we could follow because it just goes chaos from there.
It gets really chaotic. You can follow them for a pretty far distance. But like there's multiple tracks seemingly from like multiple directions, like coming and going, and then they just get all screwed up at some point. Like there must have been some kind of storm or something that came in through here. But they seem to get really lost and confused for a while. Even with that survival roll, it gets really difficult to follow. Also can't tell like numbers or anything. I will say that you find some torn bits of clothing scattered around here and there with the way you're like looking through everything, and you might find like scraps of cloth like stuck to a tree or something, maybe a shoe somewhere, and you can piece together and you start recognizing the outfits of the people you just dealt with. And you recall that they said they sent, they would go out and find people and recruit people and come back and bring them back to the castle.
Did your friend already kill her followers? If so, I like her.
She doesn't strike me as the inter-organizational murderer type, but it's possible, I suppose. These black swords are a crafty bunch, it seems.
But I also mentioned that these guys were coming, from what you could tell, the sleds and things were pointed towards Caer Dineval.
So they were headed. Okay, they were coming from. Okay. So we're kind of crossing paths.
Yeah. Ships in the night.
Yeah. Is there anything around, like, in these sleds, or?
Yeah, it seems pretty picked over. Just whatever described is like enough little bit of pieces of here and there with your like investigating the area you were able to piece together that you think these might have been the ones operating the sleds, at least, were possibly the part of the Black Swords organization.
Frey wants to like tap the sleds like with her axe to make sure that they're like legit or something. Because I mean, there's like nothing here.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like, no, this is like, all right, well, let's keep going then.
Yeah. You can, if you want, you can just try to just follow one of the, like, you just pick one of the tracks, even though that's all kind of chaotic, and just try to follow them around, or you could stick to the road.
Wait, Thimbleweed seems like he knows what he's doing. I'm willing to follow him down a path for a while.
Follow you anywhere, Thimbleweed.
Mm-hmm.
We are ostensibly in partnership with this organization for the time being, anyway. It might do us good to, in the interest of that alliance, to discover the outcome of their compatriots.
We can try, but as you know, nothing is left after a black hole implodes.
Sticking with the black hole theory.
Until there's evidence otherwise.
You'd say otherwise would admit I was wrong, and I am never wrong.
That's pretty good.
That's good. All right, you go off the beaten path a bit. End up going maybe a little bit southeast as you travel. So at some point, maybe after, half an hour or so, you kind of lose the road. You feel like you're going maybe more like straight south versus following the trail. And when you approach another maybe 45 minutes or so off, the winds begin picking up. The freezing
Into
air.
an audio file.
Yeah. Play wind song. The freezing air slices into your few bits of exposed skin as the telltale signs of a blizzard looms upon you. And at this point, Thimbleweed begins frantically charging forward, searching for shelter. As within minutes, you are all blanketed in a storm of ice and wind, and you can barely see your own hands in front of you as you stumble forward. This is much, much worse than the one that hit you guys south of Bryn Shander. Picture it still being really loud, but I'm going to turn it down a little bit, at least on my end. It's your favorite part, Chris. Everybody give me a Constitution saving throw,
God
please.
damn it. God damn you.
It's cold, man. It's so cold out here.
It's so cold out here.
Have a magic hut.
At some point, am I gonna? Can I like try to like? Well, I guess we got to be in a big town. Invest in some better clothing that might help me with this situation.
I mean, wouldn't it be nice?
Your silk shirt with the.
Maybe you could look forward to a future like a magic item or something that would render
Right.
you like
Some warming.
that would help solve these
Can
issues.
I get some of those? Can I get some of those sand packets that you shake and put in your
Oh,
gloves?
those are nice. Those are cool. Yeah, the warming.
Yeah.
You like, yeah.
I had a night that I slept when I was in Wyoming. That the van I was sleeping in, it got those.
Yeah.
It
the
got
hot hands.
so goddamn cold at night that I was waking up every hour, breaking open more of those and shoving them in the sleeping bag
Oh,
because
wow.
the whole cabin was just freezing up.
Because you were sleeping in a
Anyway.
van.
Yes, I was sleeping in a van.
The moral of the story, kids. Vans don't have the
Vans.
best heating.
No, they don't.
But yes, you can stall all you like, but I'm gonna still need that con save.
Okay. Yes.
I guess I should give you my potion of cold resistance.
Would that help here? Would that help with this check? I mean,
I would probably give you at least advantage if you wanted to use it.
Not this time, but it's a good idea, Frey. If we are facing like a, an extremely cold area situation, that actually might be a good idea to sort of offset that. All right, where's my con check?
Oh, comes
Look at that.
through. 15, 15, and 16. All right,
Wow.
It's still a very scary situation. But you all are able to kind of grit your teeth and just weather the storm. However, you lose sight. You begin losing sight of each other. You hear shouting from the distance, but you're not sure from whom. And piercing through this dark, and it's already dark outside because of the permanite thing, but obviously the storm just cuts your visibility to nothing. And then piercing through this blizzard and this flurry is a white light shining like a lighthouse, like a beacon in the distance.
Are we dead?
And yet,
Yeah, it's limbo.
this light fills you with an unnatural dread. You just get a chill coming up your spine when you see this light. And you swear you hear the wind itself whispering in your ear, "Embrace the final light." And you all turn and just begin shuffling away from that light as fast as you can, stumbling forward, still shivering, still cold. You're not sure for how long you wander in bitter, freezing wind, but somehow you stumble upon a cave and nearly collapse against the sheltered walls. And when you open your eyes, only 2 of your companions are near you.
What? Wait, which two? Who? What?
It's the 2 players you have beside you.
Oh, I see.
He was talking to each one of us individually. and saying, "You have
Exactly.
two." It took me a second too. I was like, "Wait, there's only two of us? Where's the third person?"
I was narrating it from the point of view of
Of you,
each one of you, and then you each see two of it. Yeah.
I'm with you.
All right. So you come
So
to.
we're straight up unconscious and we're waking up.
I need to pause real quick. I
Oh,
like to
right.
roll
Sorry.
my-
Yeah, let's catch you up on that. Yeah. So Chris, you were not unconscious. You were just stumbling through this horrible weather experience of a blizzard,
Right.
and it was so like dark and flurry and everything that you couldn't even like see the hand in front of you, and you just
Yeah.
stumbled into this cave thinking maybe you were the only one here. But then when you made it inside, and then you looked around and saw that the other two made it in, but you don't see Thimbleweed or Celeste. And yes, I made this specifically because they couldn't cover D&D night. All right.
It's a whiteout. That's right. It's a whiteout. Yeah. When the blizzard hits.
When
and you
everybody
can't see
wears a
anything.
white T-shirt to a
Mhm.
football game.
I don't know about that.
Honey.
Sure.
All right.
Funny.
To go back
No.
to what Raven was saying. Yeah. So you're talking about the Chardonnay thing, right?
and also my experimental elixir. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So because we did a long rest, well, I'll let you describe it.
So we decided with the experimental elixir, it'd be more interesting to roll, or probably more, how do I say, predictable to roll it first.
So
before
balancing.
drinking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The actual rule says you drink it, and as soon as you drink it, you have to roll a 1d6. So you have no idea what's going to happen. So I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah. So
Um,
everybody watching,
get that over
we've never played the Artificer before, or dealt with obviously the Alchemist before either. And we're kind of rebalancing things. So instead of him drinking, yeah, right. So the way the elixir works is normally you don't get to know what it does until somebody drinks it, but we're changing it so that when you make the elixir, you still have to roll, but then you know what it does when you make it, and you can adjust from there. All right.
So a 1, it just gives me a healing potion. And do I feel like gambling? Do I want to? And to roll more, you have to use a spell slot.
Right.
For
Oh,
1d.
you can keep making more potions.
Yeah,
That's
and this is
interesting.
interesting because now that you know what you can make, kind of, you might want to spend someone to do it.
I'll stick with just 1 though. All right. The next thing is crafting Charlatan. So every long rest, I have a chance to roll a skill check to make something. And Eric's provided a table of ingredients and how many skill checks you need. So for example, I've decided to do the Charlatan Bands of Binding.
Yeah, where did I put that? Okay, there. Sorry. Yeah.
Crafting Charlatan.
It's under supplemental rules.
It requires 1 piece of raw Charlatan, and I still have 4. It takes 10 gold points. Or I can also just sell some of my gems. And 1 successful skill check. So use it's a Tinkerer's Tools, except I don't know what attribute that uses though. I guess it's my wisdom.
I believe
is this my
I think it's intelligence.
intelligence. Is it the same as my spell casting ability? I guess.
It should be.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because if you're proficient in it, it's just your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier.
Looks about right. Proficiency bonus of 2, intelligence modifier of 3.
Yeah.
Looks about right.
That looks good. That's a good roll. So the DC is a 15, so you were able to successfully craft 1. What were you doing? The Bands of Binding. Okay.
Do you want me to say what it does? or
Yeah,
will we say
absolutely.
that?
Share it with the class.
Essentially, Eric calls it a Pokeball. It is a sphere of raw Charlatan, and I can throw it and speak the command word and throw it at a huge or smaller creature within 60 feet. As it opens, it turns to a tangle of metal bands that can restrain the creature, of course, rolling the rolls checks.
Nice. It's a Doctor Strange spell.
Yeah, something like that.
You do have to make a ranged attack roll.
It's minor detail.
Yeah, he's bearing the lead here. And essentially the same as if you had like a bow or something. Basically, use your dex modifier plus your proficiency. And then, yeah, as he said, on a hit, the target's restrained. But if you miss, you have to succeed on a DC 10 saving throw or suffer a form of short-term madness until the end of your next turn, which is you guys are starting to get familiar with the fact that these all the Charlatan items seem to have a kind of similar drawback to using them.
Forgot about that.
I will not let you forget about that. Hurling these things left and right. They're very powerful, but yeah. Now for a long rest, you get 2 checks you can make. So did you want to make just another one of those, or do you want to do something else?
Oh yeah, you're right. No, I'll make another one.
Okay.
I've decided to just make all the same.
Just so many Pokeballs.
Oh my god, I'm gonna regret this too. He starts hurling this shit around. That's a 15. That is successful.
All right, I got 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, Charlatan bands of binding.
So we're gonna have a semi-insane person just throwing bands of binding out.
Could go wrong.
We decided that Edmond and Valravn are just not our damage dealers, so we got to
That's
come up
right,
with creative
yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just super support. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So obviously you made those back in town, basically during the long rest before you set out. Cool, cool. All right, you guys find yourselves in a cave. Are you guys on the map?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. The winds continue to howl angrily outside. The cave seems even bigger on the inside of the tunnel leading further in, where you detect a hint of warmth, as well as some pungent aromas. And you also notice bloodstains on the floor.
I think we figured out where they went.
Yes, unfortunately. These blood stains look very recent. Because Valravn's wondering where our teammates are, so he's wondering if maybe they're farther deeper in this cave.
Are they fresh?
Yeah.
Frey will do like the finger test.
They do seem decently recent. Decent recent.
It's fresh. She'll wipe it on the wall.
Well, perhaps these are our missing friends, or perhaps these are the Black Sword members. Either way, I suppose it falls to us to investigate, doesn't it?
Why does it always feel like it falls to us?
It does. It's almost like we're the heroes of our own story.
After you.
Yeah, I don't want to go first.
You're not getting behind me. No.
Side by side, then.
So, Frey, I still have your night vision on from your axe. Do you want to assume that you turn on your night vision off, or do you want me to turn that off?
No, that shit's staying on.
Okay.
I need to be able to see.
Yeah.
So like the power axe movement. Wah! Turn it on.
Yeah. Edmond, you have the little glowy stone, which only gives you the 10 feet around you. Makes it spookier.
Frey literally will not let Valravn be behind her.
It's fine. Valravn will walk beside her. But he's not going to let her behind him either. That's... It's this constant game of, like, slow. We both slow, and then the person slows to match. And
Yeah.
So the blood just goes farther down. Oh, God damn you, Frey.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. That's funny.
Just immediately, she jumps behind him. The blood just goes deeper in the cave here.
From what you can tell, you can see that the tunnel leads down and kind of branches off like a Y, and you see specifically more bloodstains going down the eastern path from this point of view. I guess your characters would be their western point of view.
Oh, I guess that's true. Is there another branch over here? I see a little alcove over here.
That is just an alcove.
Okay. I hide in the alcove.
Oh, Robin's gone.
This seems like a good place to rest.
Disappears.
Frey drags him out by his ear.
Frey, shall we? Edmond, if you want to go first, even though you can't see.
No,
I
you
can't.
can see a little bit ahead of him.
He's just wandering into the darkness.
Yeah.
Fine.
Here's some more blood.
Yep, you see, the blood heading towards this branching tunnel to the east, and then down the tunnel to the west, you see light.
dear. Do we follow the blood or do we follow the light?
Let's go to the light. Light means fires.
Yes. Does it look like firelight? Is it like orange and flickery, or does it look like a different type of light?
It does look like firelight.
Okay.
Frey's
All
going
right.
this way.
I know it's wasted on your ears, dear, but perhaps a stealthy approach is called for at the moment.
He just looks at you.
Yes, I thought so.
Then you go first.
I'm not the stealthiest either, I'm afraid.
I don't think any of us specialize in stealth,
No,
No.
but
Not the
hopefully
slightest.
this snow will muffle the sounds
that's right.
of our approaching footsteps. As long as you two stop bickering at each other.
Fray, you round the corner and see some
Oh shit!
the cave kind of heads up into a bone-littered cave that holds a central pit surrounded by stones that serves as a campfire. And surrounding it are several hyena humanoids, and they growl and cackle excitedly as you approach and draw their weapons.
Frey's gonna hold her hands up and kind of like go like a little animalistic, so they can see that she's of a similar nature. To
Okay.
see if she can
All right, one of
Down.
you.
down boy.
They're making like grotesque hyena cackling sounds, just slavering at the sight of you.
She'll like she just like tries to make herself imposing, like a growl type of a thing, like you'll do as I say type of a thing, but like animal wise.
Initiative, please.
Come on, you wouldn't even let me get that off.
Skull pile. I mean, it's a very nice display.
Oh, that was real bad.
That was real bad.
Got to label these guys.
I used my
It's hard
inspiration
to
and reroll my
roll
initiative.
worse than that. Might not be a bad idea. This is.
I don't know. Do I want to save? I've had this inspiration for like 4 episodes here. I'm gonna use it and reroll
Wow.
my inspiration.
Yeah.
Have we
Yeah.
not used that
You
before?
don't get more. You don't get more from the
Seems-
DM until you use it. So.
Seems pretty
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I've rerolled my initiative before with inspiration in previous games.
Yeah, it doesn't come up too often.
It's a little better, not much, but a little
Yeah,
better. It's better than most of his, so that's what.
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
counts.
It'll get you in front of his dudes.
Yeah.
The dudes.
The gnolls, the hyena men.
The gnolls. And you guys keep in mind for identifying these creatures, which those of you from the Icewind Dale region or other regions may know, may have heard of these creatures at least.
I'm from Icewind Dale, so yeah,
Yeah,
technically.
would know they are generally pretty nasty. Be history or nature checks.
A bit of history. Yeah, I may have read something about a gnoll. Maybe.
Noel win the hot dog eating contest last year? You know that gnolls are nasty humanoids. They worship a demon god. That's supposedly how they were made, by profane rituals involving hyenas and just horrible blood sacrifices and things. They're intelligent enough to speak with each other, but they don't talk or converse with other people. And they are generally pretty savage when it comes to attacking and killing. And this one will charge at Frey, wielding a spear and cackling wildly.
Hyenas already sound terrifying, so it's easy to imagine.
Right? Yeah. And that is
Frey's not afraid.
not going to hit. No, that goes wild. It dances towards you. And that's all it does as we go to Mr. Ulrich.
What is this thing? This creature? What can I do? Oops, wrong button.
No. Real attractive fellows.
Ooh, he looks pretty ugly. But I am not a damage dealer. But I'm not wasting a spell on one guy, so I'm just gonna hit him with a. Wait, is this a pit down there? Or is that a solid wall?
These are all walls. I don't know. Gonna...
Oh, I don't know. Looking for a pit to push him down.
The DM was very careful not to put any fucking pits around this area. Every enemy's not gonna have wings or something.
Is there a pit or a frozen river or a chasm?
I need a river of lava, just something I can work with here.
Like a
24.
magic stone number
Yeah.
2.
Well, knock that hyena in the side of the head. Arr! Fray.
1, 2, 3. There's 3 of them. How many hit points do we think these things have? Screw it. Let's go ahead and do it. I know it's a one shot and I get to rest soon. We gonna start.
The
I'm
rage.
I'll see their hyena laugh and I'll give them a hyena laugh.
Yeah, you will.
We'll have a laugh off.
It's very disturbing.
Yep, and I am going to do the tail this time.
Oh.
Okay, we'll grow a lashing spiny tail, which deals 1d8 piercing damage on a hit and has the reach property. So if a creature I can see within 10 feet of me hits me with an attack roll, I can use my reaction to swipe the tail and roll a d8, applying a bonus to my AC equal to the number rolled, potentially causing the attack to miss me.
That was a lot. I'm not sure I tracked all that, but that sounds good.
Yeah. That's okay. Tail's defensive.
Yeah, I went tail this time.
Nice.
Because, you know...
What does the tail? What does your tail look like?
It's lashing.
I know it
and
says
spiny.
a lashing spiny tail, but if you want to manifest whatever kind of tail, you can.
Yeah, it's the stoat tail. It's so it comes out. It
Oh, right, the
looks
stoat tail.
Yeah,
That's right.
it looks like it's a bushy, soft little tail, but all of those little hairs are like fine little needles, like what you would see on a
Oh.
cactus.
Ah.
So that's the spiny part. So you really don't want to touch it, type of a
Mhm.
situation. And then, you know, let's throw some reckless attack on there for shits and giggles. Because, you know, why not?
All right. Advantage and enraged.
Yeah. That was not good. So,
Wow.
before you do anything else, does that hit?
No. Gnolls do
Okay.
have. They're wearing some armor. They're
All right,
rude, but they do have
So-
some.
but I'm close, right?
I'm not gonna tell you that.
Numerically, are we talking +1, +2? What are we talking here?
All right, screw it. So
you
I
ask too
have,
much of me.
I have an extra little thing I can do.
Never know unless you ask.
Mm-hmm.
1d6.
Close.
So will a 17 hit?
Whoa, what's that?
17 will hit. What was that?
It's my special little. Frey's real good at fighting.
She feels. Yeah. She appears well
Yeah.
satiated
Yes,
as you.
I had a little extra snack.
There you go. As you swing.
Mhm. For 11 damage.
All right. Ouch. That does a shit ton of damage to this gnoll. It like staggers backwards.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Makes a horrifying sound.
It's my turn.
All right.
Especially because it's in the way and I can't get past it until it's dead.
Yeah, and it doesn't want to be there either. Because this one does not quite look like the other gnolls. The other gnolls are wielding spears and look like how you think gnolls would look. This one is wielding a short sword, appears smaller and more hunched over, and has like just an extra bit of muttering and ferocity to it. It looks like it's like something almost wrong with it, although you're not sure about gnoll physiology, what that actually entails. But it charges forward and does the thing that we allow people to do, which is grab somebody, yank them backwards, and take their place.
It wants to have the hyena laugh off with me?
Yes. And it is over, because you attacked recklessly, so that means it has advantage when it attacks you. And this one comes at you with a swirl of its short sword, and it leans in for its bite as well. I will remember to switch my...
Uh-oh.
And I'm not about to turn into a gnoll, am I? A gnoll stout? Stoat?
Gnoll Stout. Gnoll Stout, the latest line by Samuel Adams. Delicious. All right, short sword with advantage. 21.
All right, so because you hit me, I do get to do the D8
All right.
as my reaction to see.
Action.
Full 1d8. That didn't help, so yeah, 21
19
hits.
still hits, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. For 7 slashing.
Actually, half of that.
That's true, you're raged.
Yeah.
Varian tank's gonna tank. It can whirl for another short sword attack at advantage.
Yeah. Still doesn't. Yeah.
Wow.
Still. Yeah.
Those attacks. Only for 3 that time. That was bad damage. And then for shits and giggles, it leans in for a bite attack on top of that. This thing appears to be just almost like you, where it's like a ferocious version of a gnoll.
Frey likes it.
Yeah, it likes you a lot. For 6 piercing on that one. 3 attacks and 3 hits.
Boy.
And it only did like 10 points of damage total to me.
Yeah, the rage.
And that's halved, right? Yeah, with the rage.
With the
you have
rage,
it.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
halved. Yes, Pegleg, in order to make the numbers on there, you just type the number when you have your mouse over the circle. That is its turn. Go to Valravn.
Ooh. All right.
I'm catching up on the chat. I don't know much, but I know I love you. A gnoll
I missed the
bard.
opportunity to throw a second gnoll in there.
It's true. I can do all the
Oh,
second first.
yeah. Like, you can't have 2 gnoll pawns in there. That's just too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's taking it a step too far.
All right, since Edmond makes a very solid point that neither him nor I are really going to do much damage against these gnolls,
I'm screwed.
I will turn to supporting our dear Frey as she wades into battle. Valravn will
Look, this is your best case scenario. You have a choke point with Frey between you and the enemies.
That really is, for sure. What I was thinking about doing earlier...
However,
before...
Frey, Valravn is directly behind you. You should yeet him into the gnoll room.
No! No!
You can keep an eye on him.
Green-skinned elf snacks. Don't do it.
Right by the silk shirt. Woo, 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 shoo. Actually, no, what I did forget about was I could have moved into the room, which really would have screwed Valravn over because I have squat nimbleness, which means I can move underneath anyone who is bigger than me.
Yeah.
Without a penalty.
Valravn also realized I think it was like middle of the session last week, that he could technically do a version of the fastball special himself with Frey. He could just teleport her in the middle of any team of enemies he wanted to, as long as he was willing.
Oh, right, because yours just teleports other people.
Yeah.
Or you have one that does that, yeah. That's not a fastball special. That's like Nightcrawler doing things or something.
I mean, it's functionally, it's a similar concept, but yeah, I'm not physically throwing. But that's not a good idea here. I want her to stay where she's at. So instead, I will write in my book and tell Frey just how awesome she is. And then I will also begin Right.
Wait, no, you have to. I want you to roleplay telling her how awesome she is. You don't get to skip this.
I was gonna roleplay on the second bit because I was gonna do two things.
Notice how he just played that off.
It's okay.
He roleplays everything else to the nines when it comes to Frey's awesomeness.
She's pretty awesome. I don't know. No, but he as part of describing her awesomeness, he starts going into probably like unacceptably intimate detail about how swole she is, like how her muscles bulge from her
It gets weird.
animal skin. It gets real weird. It gets to be like one of those descriptions in a book to where you read about halfway through and you're like, I don't want to fucking read this whole description. This is awkward. I'm gonna
Stop
skip
writing
to the
up
end.
food all the time, George R.R. Martin. Jesus Christ. Are you hungry every time you write a chapter?
That's right.
Yes, he is.
But functionally, all that as he describes her bulging muscles and the sweat trickling down her massive biceps, what that's going to equate to is him casting Enhance Ability.
Ah.
And Frey
Jesus
is going
Christ.
to gain the Bear's Endurance.
Oh my god. She's really juicing to an extreme. She's like Bane right now. She's enraged. She's reckless. You just gave her bardic inspiration, and now you just fucking juiced her up even further.
This is what we need. We need to just be a big ball of muscly rage right now.
Good lord.
Peg leg. She's swolt.
Swole.
Swole.
Oh my god.
So she has.
Oh god.
I will go ahead and roll it for you, Frey.
Yes, what
You have
actually is
8
the Bear's Endurance?
Advantage on con checks and 2d6 temporary hit points. So, Frey, you have 8 temporary hit points before you start eating into your actual health. And you have advantage on con checks for the next hour unless my concentration breaks.
Wow.
Yes, so at this point she's just like got that whole like bodybuilder, I'm pumping like 700 pounds and just screaming at the top of her lungs type thing going on here.
Give me my juice!
She's got the PEDs going, it's whole.
Even the gnolls are starting to like shut up a little bit now, and they're normally just like cackling like mad.
Now they're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's intimidating.
Yep. I'm gonna take a little step back. That's gonna be my turn.
Frey's just bouncing on her feet like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
That's right.
Come at me. Little tail flicking back and forth.
The final gnoll will have to step up here because it sees you like whatever it was place a hand on Frey or something, and she just bulges up to an insane degree. And he like this gnoll hefts like a spear and just kind of like juggles it a few times and then like gets it and just hurls it at you, Valravn.
Oof, okay.
And that spear goes wide.
Chunks of ice fall on my head.
Yes. Start with this gnoll, who is now incredibly weakened and backing up with a worried look on its face. But now...
I'll get to you again.
Yeah, switches to also ranged spears. This time aiming at Frey.
Yeah.
18. Do I still have it? How long does reckless attack last?
I think it's just that turn.
Is it until your next turn, or
Make your first attack on your turn. You can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage.
till your next turn? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it does.
But
Okay.
attack rolls against you have advantage until your next turn. Yes.
All right, so it does still have advantage. All right, so it gets one more chance. Nope, that
Yeah.
still goes wide. All right, Edmond.
Let's see, what's the situation?
Frey is roiding out.
Just screaming.
She's screaming for her shakes. She needs her whey protein.
Yeah.
I don't have a way to support you quite yet. So I'm just gonna stone number 3 again.
The one you stoned last time was the one that just retreated into the cave. Number 3 just came up and is a new combatant.
Yeah, it's alright. I'll stone him again. Or whatever.
Which one did you want to attack? The injured one or the one that's in front of Frey?
Number 3. I can't really see the other one.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes, that does hit, and that stone slams into its face. Frey.
So I already have advantage because I'm raging, right?
I don't think rage normally gives you advantage on strength checks. I guess
Okay.
reckless attack that gives you advantage on attack rolls.
Let's do it again!
Keep on doing the reckless.
Ah!
You got those 10 hit points. That's what I
I
gave
do.
to you for. Let's
Yeah.
go.
She's roid raging real bad. She's gonna like crash so hard. 18 for 12.
Yeah, 18 for 12 will absolutely hit. And how would you like to just fucking murder this gnoll in front of you?
Ooh.
Oh, it's one of those like clean cut head rolls in the opposite direction situations, and she's again just roid raging real bad. Is just going to like step on his body
Nice.
and just look at number 2 and go, "I'm coming, video."
Both the gnolls are gonna look at each other going, Mr. Valravn.
Created a monster.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
All right. Well, let's see if I can. Let's see if I can make this one run away from you.
Oh, I want to hit it.
Well, you will get to hit it when he runs away from you. Let's see. Then all looked upon the sight of the ungodly swole halfling, and he was afraid.
Oh, she's ungodly. I thought you just pumped up her praises. Wisdom save.
Yep.
That is a
All right.
fail.
9 psychic damage, and he has to immediately use his reaction to run away.
Okay, so yeah, his eyes go wild, which is he was already kind of freaking out a little bit, and just immediately turns and flees down this cave. Which for you may get an attack of opportunity if you want to use your reaction in that way. 20 will certainly hit. Another 9 damage. It is still alive, but now does it spend all of its movement? Speed as far as its speed. Yep. 5, 10, 15, 20. It basically like shoves itself into this corner and makes whimpering sounds, and just blood and trailing blood all behind it. That was your turn.
Yes, I'm done.
So that was just its reaction as it ran away. You guys are blocking the only exit, so all they can do is fight till the last. However, he will stand and still be cowering behind this alcove in the north and pull out a bow, which we weren't sure that gnolls even knew how to operate bows, but apparently they do.
Where'd you
And-
pull that out from?
Yeah. And begins firing at
Where were you
you
keeping that?
with advantage. 18, which I believe you already used your reaction.
I did.
No tail
And it
swipe.
has to be melee anyway.
Oh, it does have
so-
melee. Okay. 6 piercing.
Okay.
And then it is the other ones. And this one is
Frey
still
just looks at it and smiles.
Yeah, this one still has the spear.
Come on.
It doesn't want to get anywhere near you. And just tries to hurl a spear at you. For 6.
That actually hits.
Okay. Another...
What?
Wow. Max damage. 8 damage. And this
Still
one...
have temporary hit points left, by the way.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, resistance on all these things
Oh,
and
yeah.
then temporary
Oh,
hit
that's
points.
right. You have resistance
Like
on all that.
ridiculous. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. And this one will just like run the fuck away, like around to the south. So they just both split up and run.
Come
Mr.
back, you
Mr.
coward!
Ulrich.
Is that a dead end?
It does appear to be a dead end. You guys seem to be covering the only escape, so they are just trying to go further into this tunnel. They don't seem to be thinking this through. They're just scared out of their minds.
Alright, so I rearranged some of my spells, because some of them weren't, now that I know what role I want to play. The one cantrip I never even used, so I've replaced it. Get ready to see a little bit of George. So,
Spirit of George surrounds me.
Spirit of George.
he pulls out this rope, and with his transmutation skills, turns it into this viney whip as he... Oops. Shoot.
I need an
I
attack
just
roll.
I know.
This is the
How do I
same. Yeah,
get
this is the same. The vine sword that George had. This is the little spell I took that from.
Right? That's true.
No, ranged. Sorry. Let me try this again. There it goes.
There you go. Yeah.
24 will certainly hit. Yeah.
Did you see the description just now when I clicked on it, or does everybody else have to click on it?
can see the description.
I did see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, puts it in the log for everybody.
All right. So 5 damage, and I
Wow.
pull him 10 feet closer to me.
You do that, and the motion of the whip literally like whiplash and just jerks its neck. Like you wrap that whip around its neck, and as you pull, it just cracks. And you pull it closer, but what you end up pulling closer is a dead gnoll.
Mm.
Raggedy like physics.
Mm-hmm. Edmond
That's
stole one of your
promising for
kills.
my new skill.
Yeah. Classic. That is Shades of George for sure.
Yep.
Hello, my friends. Time to die. I'll go ahead and throw another reckless on there just for shits and giggles.
Why stop now?
I know.
Literally just shrug the damage off. How would you like to murder the fuck out of this gnoll?
He's just pulverized at this point.
Right.
I think the camera pulls back as just blood just splatters out of this alcove.
Slowly moves around the corner of the
Yeah.
ice cave, so you don't exactly see.
You don't want to see what has just transpired.
Let's
Ignore
get
that.
little-
And,
Oh, yeah, that
and
works.
Edmund's just
Right.
practicing Thorn Whip in the corner. Just
That's right.
whipping this dead gnoll's body. Oh.
These guys humanoid at all?
They are humanoid. Yep.
What? Why did I only saw that?
They don't appear to have anything on them. The only thing in this room is just a bunch of bones and look like bones with some bits of flesh still on it.
Chat was saying you did need some warm clothes, Chris.
Great. The hyena clothes are. I'm not sure if that's gonna. Are the hyenas wearing anything, or are they just like bare chested? You know.
No, they had armor. They had hide armor. So it was actually
Wow.
they had armor made out of, I guess, leather.
Edmund, stop playing with your food.
I know.
Just
Wasted a crit.
destroying that body. Yeah, right.
Yeah, just it does the video game thing where the body just explodes in little fucking jibs.
So this just appears to be just a den.
Yeah, just kind of a little living quarters area. You can see like areas where they like might have slept, and like the smell is not very good. There's little spots for ventilation, and where you think of like a stream, like to the north, where maybe they could have gotten some water, although it's mostly frozen.
Okay. These dark areas are just sort of dead ends. They don't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's just part of the cave wall. It's just the way the map looks.
Okay. Well, perhaps we have eliminated the kidnappers. That is Best case scenario, I suppose.
Best case would have been to find the kidnapped, but
That is true, actually. Perhaps we ought to get on that part of the mission.
Frey's still coming down off her roid
Yeah,
rage.
I was gonna say. Sun's getting real low there, Frey.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna have to like sing her a poem or something.
Right. Yeah. Which, I don't know if you have any temp hit points left, but they do last for a full hour, so if you got it,
I
you still
have
got it.
one left.
Alright.
Wow.
Last for an hour. Unless I lose concentration.
Alright.
Valravn is too classy to take clothes off of these disgusting creatures. That's not gonna happen, folks. Sorry.
And you did make your most recent con save, so you might be feeling more confident.
That's right, yeah.
I'd like to grab a torch from the fireplace.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Fire pit. So.
No problem. Light up my life. There we go. So now you should emit a torchlight. So as Frey is charging, the tunnel continues to the south, and another branching fork. Although you look to the west and see that's just kind of another empty alcove, and it seems to the tunnel mainly continues towards the east.
Yell back to Valravn. Get the move on already!
Yes, coming. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
And in this cave, you see a crude stone altar decorated with bones, dominating this larger central cavern. And resting atop the bone-strewn altar is a hunk of bloody flesh.
I'd like you to say bone-strewn altar like 3 times fast.
Strewn? Altar. And then it's hard to tell because Edmond's carrying a torch, but you do, right before you entered this room, you could tell that there was another glowing firelight coming from this camp to the, coming from this tunnel to the east. And you can straight up hear, without even a perception check, you can hear the sound that you now recognize as gnolls coming from that direction. Like, it's not, it's very, like, occasionally, like that kind of sound. And, like,
can we attempt to differentiate, like, numbers? Does it sound like there's a bunch down there?
that might require a perception check.
All right.
That's a pretty good perception check.
Yes, it is.
Edmond, you can discern, you hear at least 3 different gnoll voices. Not, I mean, yeah, I guess they can talk, but they're not talking in common, obviously. They're just making those sounds. But you think you can differentiate, like, their intonations and inflections and everything they're using to say. You think you can identify at least 3 different gnoll sounds. Or maybe more, but you think they're at least 3. And then occasionally you also hear the sound of, like, eating, like chewing motions and gnawing and things.
Right, you want to kill some more gnolls?
Down to kill anything.
I'm afraid we're not any closer to our rescuees, but these vile creatures should probably be dealt with.
I like to set a trap.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna need some details.
Yeah, just vague, general trap, just trap.
I'd like to
Trap,
create
please.
a grease pit at the stairs.
Okay.
And as he does it, he yells, fresh meat right here.
Can you draw me a grease?
I can draw you a grease pit.
Draw me a grease pit.
Zone.
What is it? 10-foot square?
Yes.
There you go. I don't know how to make it filled. Oh, wait, actually, yes, I do. Just kidding. Let's try this one. There it goes. All right.
That's, yeah.
That could work. That looks hideous. Greasy. Like there, for example?
Dripping down the stairs.
Ah, okay. Can do that.
Or actually, right at the stairwell, so that way the gnolls have to climb up first, and then Frey will be right there to meet them.
Sure. Okay.
My
You guys have
ankle! Oh
pulled this move
no!
before.
Actually, no. I want them to climb the stairs first, and then I want them to slip into it. There you go. Right there.
He sits down for 10 minutes and has the analysis paralysis where to put this fucking grease
Yeah.
trap.
Or
Final-
like algebra. Like if they come down
Yeah.
at this angle.
The whole like it just pulls out a whiteboard.
Final answer.
All right. Give me a
My ankle! Oh no!
yeah. Give me a performance check, Edmond, with advantage because Frey is helping you.
Oh, the ankle!
The
I didn't say I was helping well.
Yeah, you're both really terrible at this.
Well, duh.
However, instead of like all of them charging down this line in a fury, you do see one of them coming down here very cautiously. Are you attempting to hide and let it pass? You just want to stare at it as it comes down the stairs.
Oh!
So now you're trying to play dead?
Like wounded animal. Like,
Give me a deception check.
So she'll be like on the floor, like.
Yeah.
But really, it looks like she's on the floor because she's so short. So she's really just like crouching down.
I imagine if Frey ever like crouched down in all her furs, it would look like just a straight up just like animal. It would look like a fox or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Stoat.
A stoat. Yep.
So it's what do we say? It's the status quo. So it doesn't quite believe that you're injured, but it approaches cautiously. But when it hits this point and still stares at you, oops, try to look at its point of view. At that point, it begins calling and yelling in some kind of gnoll language and seems to be stirring everybody up. So we're gonna go ahead and need some initiative here, please.
Frey starts her hyena laughs.
And Frey, from
Wow,
your
look, I did it again!
Frey, from your
Wow.
point of view, when you can see into the cave from here,
Mhm.
and you see, what looks like another gnoll, slavering over some steel cages, and inside two of those cages, you recognize two figures, a unconscious Thimbleweed and an unconscious Celeste.
Oh,
Found them!
very good, dear.
Frey goes last. Oh, great.
Oh boy, yeah. Her ruse was too authentic. She was like literally like on the ground.
Yeah, it took a while to put that together.
She just stands up and wipes her hand off. Like, all right, whatever.
Yep.
Come at me, bro.
It's right. All right. So the lead one is still calling over to the others. So we will. So can't really hold much of an action here. This one will just run around the corner and kind of get out of your sight, Frey. That's all it does.
I know you're still there.
Edmond.
Don't worry, chat. Celeste is gonna be unconscious through all of this grease. She's not gonna ever know.
I don't know what number this gnoll is.
Oh shoot! You're right. I forgot to remember the gnolls.
Number that no.
Remember that gnoll.
Got to the Thornwood number 1.
B group 1.
Oops, didn't mean to do advantage.
All right. It's still at 17.
17.
17 will hit. Absolutely.
I'm just gonna pull him. Well, he does 5 damage, and I'm just gonna pull him 5 feet closer towards me.
Yeah.
Into the grease.
Into the grease.
Into the grease zone.
Please don't.
All right, grease.
How do I make my save spell?
Creature that.
Save spell DC show up. It should be a 13.
Okay.
Only when the description doesn't work, you gotta like actually cast the spell for it to show the.
All right, you gotta actually click the word, I think, not just the text bubble.
Well, when I do that, it uses up spell slot. So
Right.
Right.
It does,
So don't use that to practice. That's true. All right. Sorry, you said a 13. So let's see. When it enters the area, then it must make a Dex saving throw. Okay. Dex save. You feel like the one thing gnolls might be good at is their dexterity, but.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that one stays on its feet. They appear to be like they're very quick and agile. They look like they're pretty good on their feet. So that one is whipped and dragged closer into the grease, but it still stays up. And then we've got this other gnoll. Let's see. I have to use. I should have given these guys sight. Y'all's line of sight. Okay, from here, I believe it can see Frey. But this one will get a the bow. Fire a bow at Frey, which I believe Frey hasn't gone yet, so you have no necklace attacking. Boy, I'm good at hitting Frey though.
Yep,
you
those
are.
longbows are.
9 damage. Wow, max damage on the bow.
Yep.
And you are not raging at the moment either.
Not, no.
But now you probably will be. Wow.
Oh
all
no,
my
I go
gnolls-
last in this.
That's
in this
right.
scenario.
All right.
It's-
This gnoll is not in the grease, and it dances out of that grease. And it sees Frey, but it's looking at you, Edmond, because you're the one that dragged it into there closer. And it goes, "Arr!" And it actually, still adjacent to Frey, attempts to attack you with its spear. Mr. Edmond. Boy, these attacks. 20 for 6 damage. And then from somewhere in the back, you hear a much deeper gnoll sound. And this one seems like it's barking. Get it, 'cause it's a hyena. Barking orders at the others.
I want that one.
Yeah. So I foolishly opened my character sheets in the middle of a fight.
That's right. Can't do that.
I know.
Loading.
Yep. Hold, please. There we go. Let's see. All right, so we can do that. Oh, it's a. Oh, that's not gonna work. It can't actually see anybody at the moment. You're not sure what happens. Maybe it readies an attack if it can see somebody.
Yeah.
But, don't want to leave its perch. Mr. Valravn.
The gnoll, though he had left the grease, now knew it to be his only solace. In fact, any area outside of the grease was horribly terrifying to the creature.
Grease is love.
Grease is
life.
love. Go back to the grease.
Distant Whisper is the only spell you know. I swear to goodness.
It's
a good
my
one,
only
though.
Damage spell. Yeah,
It's a good one. All right, they are not as wise as they are dexterous. Nope. Yikes. It gets real worried. Or no, I was thinking, what did she said the grease? So it looks back at the grease. it's the meme of the guy looking at the other girl like, hey, the grease. Yes. And
that's where it's at.
yeah. Now, it does say that this isn't a command spell. Technically, I mean, we flavored it that way, but it does say it just runs like hell.
Yeah. I'm just assuming
Sure.
because it has to run away from me, so it's gonna run back into the.
So what
grease.
happens here is it can trigger attacks of opportunity from Edmond first, and then if it falls in the grease, it's not going to trigger one from Frey because it's going to stay, I believe.
That makes sense.
I think,
Not gonna
depending on how the
action move
grease
out of
spell
it.
works, because it falls prone, which would, remove its other movement. So if Edmund wants to use an attack, 12 would not hit. And then, so it's a dex save. 15, so it once again runs through the grease, which does trigger an attack of opportunity from Frey if she wants to use a reaction.
Sorry, it's just 10 damage.
10, yeah, not raging. Not yet. That does a significant amount of damage. So, it takes like a yelping sound. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Axe to the back of the head as he's running away.
Yeah, basically runs all the way back into the middle of the cave. That right there is a great combo. You can just trigger Frey's attacks opportunity. Like,
yeah, come back, back and forth through the grease over and over again.
Now, unfortunately, it is Frey's turn next, and she doesn't have an enemy in front of her, so now she will.
I'm not raging yet.
Yeet him into the grease. He'll be the perfect bait.
All right. So.
Grease might hurt us more.
No, Frey's just gonna back up a little bit and run and jump over it, land on the stairs.
Ah.
Ooh.
Do a little bit of the long jump type thing to land on the stairs.
Yeah, you've got, I think, plenty of strength to make.
Oh yeah.
A 10-foot
And then as she lands, it's the superhero landing.
Of course.
It's the cool superhero landing, and it's just the cacophony of the would-be hyena laugh.
Okay.
As she gets her rage going. Because, why not? So that was like 10, 15, 20.
Yep. So Frey, as you enter this larger cavern, obviously there's a campfire in the middle, similar to the other one. Steel cages lined along the walls with your unconscious party members inside. You are now surrounded by gnolls, and on an elevated platform in the rear, you see a much larger, more decorated gnoll. And this one has, instead of a simple spear, it seems to have a much more deadly glaive, also with a bow on its back. And then nearby, you see a giant pile of bones, and you can see like a piece of meat it was gnawing on is now dropped to the floor as it is in like full combat mode and just yelling and screaming at its fellow gnolls.
Okay. And then as she rages again, she cares not for this guy. She's like, I'll deal with you in a minute.
Let me paint you my big tapestry.
This time around, she chooses claws.
Nice.
So
Wolverine.
her hands become fun weapons. To which she's just going to go ahead and do the Wolverine like double slash, because if she attacks with her claws, she gets to do it twice.
I guess is it Wolverine or is it Black Panther? Because Black Panther has like the knife.
Panther.
Yeah, that's probably more what I'm
Yeah.
picturing. The Black Panther claws. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, what is this? Use a...
Come out of the fingertips.
Right.
So how do I do this attack using my claws here?
Do we not already have that in your character sheet? I thought I put all those in there.
Did you? Oh, you did. Okay. Helps that I can see it.
So first,
Screw it. We're
first time
throwing some
we've-
reckless in there too.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. I want that sweet, sweet advantage.
Who doesn't?
Oh, whoops. And it needs the rage too, so +2, so 10.
Okay. Which one are you targeting?
Number 1.
Okay. 20 will hit and 10 will destroy this gnoll.
She just like rips it apart.
Oh boy!
God.
Gets it with their claws.
Yeah.
And then number 2,
God,
because I
this
get
is
to attack twice because I'm
paradise
using
for
the
Frey.
claws. Oh no!
Ooh,
That's
the
not good.
second claw, even with advantage, rolling a 2.
Oh wait! I still have my bardic inspiration. Can I use that on
Ah.
I
attack
was about
rolls?
to say it. I wrote it down.
That's a
I'm
good question.
gonna
What,
cross it
what can
off.
she use
You
the
can
bardic
it.
inspiration on?
Attack rolls.
Depends on what kind of bard you are.
Oh, actually, that's a good question.
Right, isn't it? Or no? I think all
I
of them have a
anybody can use them on
baseline.
Attack rolls.
Okay.
Yeah. Attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws.
Alright, so 1d6.
Okay.
15?
15.
Feel like you are just inspired enough to be able to hit that second gnoll.
Alright. For 9 damage.
For 9 damage, okay. Sink your claws in and do significant damage as blood comes spurting out.
I'd like to think that she does like the little jump thing and like tries to take it down. Like a little pounce.
Yeah.
Stoat pants.
leaping on the bigger creatures. I watched the documentary Life recently, which is just a BBC doc about animals, and there was it wasn't specifically a stoat, but it was a ferret who was taking out a rabbit literally twice his size. Just this huge rabbit, and this little ferret was just running up, jumping on his back, getting on his neck, and just biting, and just wouldn't let go.
They just fucked,
It
man.
reminded me of Frey. Yeah.
It reminded me of Frey.
I was like, oh, that's Frey right there.
Nice. Yeah. Little
I'll
creatures
be right back.
taking those twice the size. All right, next round, the Flesh Gnar is coming after Frey. It's multi-attack, so she did reckless attack with advantage, flurry of short sword. 22 is going to hit. Just gonna wait until I add these up just in case we hit. So 7 is a success. 23 is a hit for 8 damage, and it leans in for its bite. Oh, for a crit attack. I'm loving this advantage.
Yikes.
Loving it.
This is
For another
painful.
8. So a total of, help me out here, 15, 20, there she is. 23 damage with
23
one
damage.
triple attack. As this
That's-
gnoll came up in a furious vengeance and slashed at you, and then crit with its bite, like really tore into you. Like a freaking werewolf move. Oh, that's still only about 10 damage to you, I think, and 11 damage, whatever it is.
Right.
It's the freaking rage. But certainly a bit of damage there.
But I mean, honestly, this is where Barbarian comes in handy, because even a fully armored Paladin waiting in there, look at those numbers, 22, 23,
Yeah.
24. Paladin would have taken all that
Yeah,
damage.
that would have been nuts. And she's already got the hit points on top of that, and then yeah, the resistance
Yep.
is, this is like a showcase for the Barbarian. Mr. Ulrich.
A long jump also. So does the jump count as part of my movement as well, right? So
Yes,
5,
yeah,
10,
count the squares.
15, 20. Okay. So I have a strength score of 11, so I can jump 10 feet easily.
Yep.
With a 10-foot run. That was 20. Stupid grease was useless.
You spent so long on it too.
30, I know, getting it ready. So did you say number 4 is the big ugly looking guy?
Yes, the one I described up on this ledge seems to be the leader of the pack, you might say.
All right, let's try this. I'm gonna try my Charlatan Bands of Binding.
Ooh.
So he pulls out the ball and he chunks it. Let's see. So it should be a range attack roll with bonus equal to Dex modifier plus proficiency.
Yep.
So I should have a 2+2. So hopefully I did it right. Let's see.
You do it
You
right.
sure did. You rolled a 2. You did. You were so excited, but you just don't have the weight right. So yeah, that's a
terrible mess. I do not have inspiration to
that
use.
is a terrible miss indeed. So because you missed, you now get to I force you to make a DC 10 Charisma saving throw.
With that roll.
As this
It's like
Pokeball
Edmond
just
goes-
lands harmlessly.
Yeah. He like goes to throw it and it just rolls out of his hand like before he even throws it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Shit, yeah, it just drops your feet. Mulligan, mulligan. Thankfully, you did not go temporarily crazy from that miss.
Mm-hmm. And I do want to do something, so
We all want to do
30.
something.
All right. Well, as a bonus action, we're going to make the ground. Try to make the ground underneath him move and just push him off the ledge.
Oh, damn it, I did put him on a ledge, didn't I?
You did put him on.
Curses!
Yeah, for it.
Curses! I did ask for it. Alright, that's a strength.
I know my saves are so low.
DC 13. Yeah. What's your... Oh, that one specifically says
Intelligence?
wisdom,
Oh, weird. Okay.
not
We're
intelligence.
low level. Our proficiency bonus is only a 2.
Yeah,
so-
that's true too. This guy seems pretty strong, but But absolutely shits the bed on the strength roll that time. Gee, just did not see that coming. He was looking at you, dodging the throwing thing, and then did not pay attention to the ground beneath his feet.
I did that on purpose.
That's right. It was a misdirection play. And he goes tumbling down. Give me a 1d6 as he falls off the ledge ignominiously. Ignominiously. 6 damage. Sprains his ankle.
He's prone to.
Yeah.
Who's laughing now?
Yeah, that did make him stop laughing for a second.
Me. I'm still laughing.
You are still laughing, yeah.
Let me find my... Yeah, I was gonna I gotta find my icon, but
That's true. If it's like Pokemon, you gotta weaken them first. You gotta get them.
That's
in
true.
the right spot.
Yeah, you'll never catch him at full health. That's not gonna work. This gnoll near Frey is actually going to dance over to Edmond, seeing his poor leader get thrown down. Attempt to attack you with a spear. I am good at hitting Edmond, though. Honestly, their attack rolls have been pretty solid. 7 piercing damage. That spear finds your soft, fleshy bits. And that one is dead. Then we've got the Pack Lord, who stands up and dusts himself off and starts cackling very angrily.
Yeah, do you have a picture for this Pack Lord? He looks cool in the token.
I unfortunately do not. I grabbed him off a website, so I don't have. Yeah, it's I think he's from Follows, maybe. It's like whenever they expanded, or maybe it's from Monster Manual. Actually, I don't remember. But no, sorry, I don't have a.
It's got like one red eye.
Just a cooler looking gnoll.
Yep, it's a good looking gnoll.
Yeah.
That guy's cool.
That guy is cool. And he will incite one of his minions into a free attack, I guess. Yes. One creature the gnoll can see within 30 feet of it can use its reaction to make a melee attack if it can hear the gnoll and has the rampage trait. So he will incite this gnoll that just attacked Edmond into basically just doing that again. Because he really hates Edmond now. Ooh, that was a successful incitement.
Yikes.
Yeah, a crit for 11 damage. Didn't roll very great on the crit damage. To Edmond. And then it will shoulder its bow, or sorry, take out its bow and begin firing. And it will do, it'll actually do one at Edmond and one at Frey.
See, now this is where I've contemplated taking like one level of monk to get that
grab the arrow thing, yeah.
Yes.
Did you get that from level 1? I thought that was a couple more. Like arrows, I don't remember. This is Edmond. It's a miss, and Frey is also a miss. Yeah, it fucks all that up. And as it shoots and misses all these attacks, it raises its head and spreads its arms and begins making a rhythmic chanting sound. And you can see bones from the nearby pile begin knitting together and forming vaguely gnoll-shaped skeletons grasping bone clubs.
It's not good.
I knew it wasn't going to be able to end that quickly.
That's...
I won't add them till the next round, however, but that was just part of it, the thing that it did. So we'll go Valravn, Frey, and then I'll roll initiative, and then we'll start the next round. Valravn!
Alright. 5, 10. I'm just gonna... I don't even need to hop the whole 10 feet. I can just hop this corner here.
I'll allow it.
I got 9. My strength is 9, so
at this,
I can
Edmund
like,
should have rolled
barely
the concentration checks like 3 or 4 times by now.
Oh,
I feel like too.
I guess that's true.
It's not a concentration spell though.
Oh, it's not.
not.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-mm. It last for a minute.
Oh wow. Okay.
Shoot.
The website 5e Tools is gone.
What?
Mhm.
Yeah, I was trying to look it up to
There
see the month stuff.
there are mirrors you can use, but yes,
Oh, okay.
probably having server hosting issues.
Gotcha. What am I doing?
Are you doing? Yeah. So now you see there's one dead gnoll, one injured gnoll. The head gnoll is on the floor, but trying to fire his bow at people, and now there's like gnoll skeletons coming out of this bone pile.
Alright, as Valravn comes up to the team, very oddly to maybe both of you.
You've got this,
Well,
right, guys?
Yeah. Valravn begins reading the same, like almost the same description here that you heard earlier about the swelling muscles and the sweat dripping down biceps, but then you realize he's talking about Edmond. Edmond's biceps bursting through his researcher's cloak.
It's starting to get weird now.
Calves. Yeah, it's like all right, calm down.
Yeah. How many
He's
fitness
gonna do
magazines do you have in your backpack?
That's right. He is going to do the same thing he did before. He's going to cast Enhance Ability and do Bear's Endurance on Edmond. So Edmond, you have 2d6 temporary hit points. Which I will roll those for you. Or you did. Okay, good. 4, that's nice,
You
right?
can roll it for me.
Only rolled 4 2d6.
Yeah. An advantage on Constitution checks, so hopefully that'll help with spells, maybe. And then he is going to continue. Say, and Frey was most impressed by Edmund's bulging biceps. He's like writing fanfic.
No.
She was mightily inspired by his glistening muscles.
Good lord. What happens
As
in this cave stays in this cave.
As she threw herself into the fight, and he's going to give Frey a bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, I don't like it.
All right, Frey's been inspired, and Edmund has been muscleized.
Yep.
Got the juice. I've never seen that spell used like that. Effect, like where you're just basically giving people
a better
like
healing
shields.
spell. Yeah, it's a better healing spell than Healing Word at level 2. So
Yeah.
I was like, why not use it as healing? Or
Alright.
shields. Yeah, same difference.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the cheesy romance novel part of Valravn's epic.
Just go ahead and do this again. And seeing how successful the claws were last time, she's gonna keep going at it. And she'll go on number 3.
Alright, my sound is
Advantage.
fucking up. Might have to turn my sound off for a second. This happens.
Damn, 25.
Alright, hang on 1 second. I'll be back in a 1 second. Alright, somebody say something.
Hello.
Something.
Okay, I think we're okay.
I rolled a 25 for
Go ahead.
7 damage against number 3.
Sure, 25. Oh, wait, I gotta scroll down. 25 does hit for 7 damage. Okay. Claws. Okay, claw number 1.
Oh,
The reckless crit. A 19 and a 20.
shit. Wow.
16 total damage.
All right, that is pretty significant. This one does appear to be a very meaty gnoll, like just a real muscle bulging.
Yeah, but I critted it, so you have to do the
you're
damage
right.
thingy.
You're right.
That's true.
Yeah, my point is it's still alive, but you're right. I do have to.
So there's 3 very muscly people all compacted into one very small area.
You know, didn't I crit somebody else a second ago? It was Edmond. Speaking of which, I did crit Edmond. So.
Did you? I don't remember that.
I do remember that. So we're gonna. Edmond, I'm gonna also ask for a con. Thank you for reminding me. Got my own massive damage rules. I will allow you to use Valravn's spell though, because I did forget. So you have con advantage there. Okay, where is it? Massive damage. Con saving throw if you get hit with a critical hit. The DC is 10 or half the total damage, whichever is greater. Edmund gets it with flying colors.
Edmund's swole right now.
Yeah, and so this gnoll would be a DC 10, I believe.
Yeah, I did 16 damage to it.
Okay. And also makes the con save against massive damage. It is heavily injured now, but it is still alive and is just screaming in hyena. Boy, or no, Null is literally the language, so I imagine it sounds like screaming hyenas.
Frey's just laughing like a hyena.
Yeah.
Thinking she's like being sassy.
I'm sure this is an insult.
Mm-hmm.
The claw thing is pretty cool. You get to attack twice and do all that fucking rage and reckless. Like, that's neat. All right. Now remember to roll initiative for our undead friends. One really good, one really bad.
Hey, someone's worse than me.
Yeah.
Things too. They look like they're under control of gnolls. All right, the one near Frey is still locked onto Frey with just advantage back and forth at this point. My goodness, how many crits have we had?
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt. That didn't hurt that bad.
No, not that bad.
Luckily their attacks aren't that big. Not too scary, but a lot of crits. However, remember DC 10 con save, please. Ooh, an uncharacteristically bad con save.
I need to go back through and make sure I don't have something that gave me advantage for con saves.
Right.
And
Do you still have
Bardic Inspiration?
oh yeah, I do have that.
This is a saving throw.
I was gonna say, do you still have enhance ability, but I think Valravn just used it on somebody else.
Yeah,
so
I
you
just gave
concentrate,
it to
yeah.
somebody else. Yep.
1d6. That'll do it.
There you go.
Yep, 12 is good enough with the inspiration. There you go. All right, that was one of its attacks.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Don't do it again. Oh, you got close.
God, he's hitting every single turn though. Jeez.
Oof.
Yeah, but it's
And-
paper cuts.
Leans in for the bite and finally misses that bite attack. And still appears pretty bloodied. Mr. Edmond, you're not looking so hot. Although I guess you have a shield
I'm gonna
now.
pull out my- hopefully I'll be okay. I'm gonna pull out my second Pokeball and attempt to chunk it at the boss man.
Okay.
Again. Ooh, 15.
15. Wait, what am I rolling? Oh, does a 15 hit?
15 does.
Ooh. I thought you could go either way with that one.
I tried to make it dramatic. Yes.
That's very
So
game
you
show of
see,
you.
you hurl that ball, and you see it just trying to dodge out of the way, but it captures as this ball just unfurls into like 3 times its size, and these just rotating iron bands, or like I guess black crystal made out of Chardolin, and just wrap around this gnoll. Thank you for reminding us what restrained means. Come 0. Attack rolls have. So he's got disadvantage. Attack rolls have advantage against him. Disadvantage on deck saves.
Oh shoot, that was an action. Damn it.
It was an action, yeah.
I had a plan in place, but I messed that up.
You know, you have to choose to take your turn to do the items and go to Pokeball and throw the ball rather than attack.
Hold on. I still have a bonus action available. So I'm going to attempt to shove number 2. So he has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
I would
Failure.
like to shove him into. I like to shove him into the fire.
Shove him into the fire, sure. Yeah, you do. You shove him into the fire. Give me a 1d6. Take some fire damage that enters the fire.
Do I get my opportunity attack against him?
I think they've got a pretty firm rule that if you move somebody, it doesn't trigger it, but if they have to spend either their turn or their reaction or something, then it does trigger it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they move of their own accord,
Right.
then yes. If they
Which is
don't
why
move
Dissonant
of
Whispers
their
is so
own accord.
good, because it makes them move, or like other like command things or stuff where they specifically have to take their turn or something. But if you're just shoving them around, then no, it does not.
And then I am going to push past Valravn and enter the grease pit.
You can turn that off if you want, you know.
It's not a concentration spell.
Oh, it's not a concentration. But I don't know what.
That's a good question.
Yeah, can you turn that off on?
I don't know.
Not the way I'm playing it.
Specifically, specifically, it does say like you can end your concentration, but I don't know about spells that literally just have a built-in duration like that.
That's a good question. Yeah,
That is a good question.
Not a concentration. You just literally like just dumping grease on the
It is grease
Oh,
now.
it's there now.
Mm-hmm. For 1 minute.
Yep.
Anyway, I fall over.
Anyway, I fall over into the crease. Very well.
You know why, right?
Oh, you know you could just go prone. You don't have to walk into grease for that. You could choose to just drop down.
Oh, Edmond's really got to sell it though.
Yeah.
Oh, the grease!
Don't shoot me with your disadvantage. I mean, also just running behind Valravn's a pretty safe play as well. But Frey's looking pretty bloodied, so the gnoll will approach and attack Frey with the spear. Getting these hits.
Damn these spears.
Getting these hits. 9 piercing damage. Boy.
Wow.
Okay.
Alright, so the Pack Lord has disadvantage on everything. He's currently restrained in the ball. Or just has iron bands all around him, I guess.
Could try to break out of it.
And can't move. He could try to break out of it. It's a DC 20 strength check. As an action, which... You know what? I'll let him try once, because he's not that smart, so he would probably at least attempt to see it before knowing how bad it is. And he's actually pretty strong, so we'll see. I think it's an action. And he fails miserably trying to do that. Yeah, so that's his whole action. He just tries to break out and cannot. However, he can still attempt to get his Incite Rampage back. It's a 1d6. And he does. So he will use it to incite...
Is that an action?
It is part of... Well, you know, that's a good question. It's part of his multi-attack, but he didn't attack.
Nope, so he can't use it.
So he's not going to use it. Okay, he did get it back, but he's not going to be able to use it. That is a good point. And then we've got the undead gnolls, and guess who has to open their character sheets?
Hold, please.
Oh boy.
They will be charging towards Frey, who's
We're
just
not-
holding the
We're
line.
not we're not killing enemies faster than enemies are entering the battlefield.
The 2 gnolls near Frey look pretty bad, but unfortunately so does Frey.
Yeah.
Alright, so this one goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And you guys don't know anything about undead gnolls, but swings with its club. Still advantage, right, Frey? Is still recklessly attacking with all these people around you.
Mm-hmm.
17 will hit for 6, and then we'll also lean in with its skeletal bite attack. Wow.
Oh my god! These attacks!
Yeah, 11 total. Yeesh, McGeesh. Valravn.
And yet, Frey endured the onslaught of attacks.
You need to get the, what's that spell that, like, fire shield or something that erupts?
Right,
Like, whenever somebody gets attacked or something?
Who wounds knitted themselves together as she faced the onslaught of gnoll attacks, and she took 9 HP.
Take it.
Yeah. That's a good healing word roll, jeez.
That was good. Yeah, that was max. Yeah.
Wow.
Who's going next? Frey's going next. Wait,
Mhm.
Frey goes next, and then the gnoll. Oh, this is a different gnoll witherling. Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Right. I can't use another spell. Which one looks... I guess the Witherling probably looks the least damaged.
Right, you guys haven't touched those things. The other gnolls both look very damaged. The ones near Frey.
Okay. And the gnoll, I can only really see 2, and he's kind of damaged, so I'll go with him. The gnoll closest to her, seeing her wounds knit, suddenly became aware of his own failings as a gnoll.
His own failings as a gnoll.
He became acutely aware of the
futility.
how small his hands were.
How small his hands were.
The self-consciousness overcame him.
Am I really a gnoll?
Yeah.
No way.
No, I will not accept.
Well, I don't think I've done any of these wisdom saves well, though. That is definitely their Achilles heel. It takes...
Yep. 3 psychic.
3 psychic damage and has disadvantage, I think.
Yep, on his next attack.
Okay. A little symbol of the bleeding eye.
Alright, that'll do it for me.
Alright, Frey, you're gonna keep recklessly attacking because I find that delicious. Although, if you look at my rolls, it's just been...
Yeah,
You're hitting it the first time. Yeah,
Yeah, it's actually rarely the
Oh,
advantage
yes,
comes
I
through.
am. Yeah. So, yes, I am.
Alright.
Alright, number 3.
Number 3.
With them their claws.
Them their claws. Damn.
Ooh, you rolled... Oh, I thought that was... Okay, yeah, you rolled 2 20s.
Yeah.
2 14s. Yeah, how would you like to murder this gnoll with your claw?
It's just like one of those, like... Oh, gosh. I'm sure I can think of something.
It's not elegant anymore. You're just fucking down there.
Yeah. Let's say you've covered most of the bases now.
Yeah.
Beheadings, the whole split them open. You've done most of the
Something
tropes.
terrible happens to that gnoll
Yeah.
involving claws and blood.
You haven't done the mole yet. Just the eye claw through the middle of them.
The Game of Thrones rat and bucket.
That's right.
Good lord. That's her fatality Mortal Kombat move. Just gets a
Finish
bucket
him.
with a rat in it and a lighter on the other side.
That would actually be a pretty hilarious fatality. I would like to see that. Just a bucket with a rat. And the rat just pops out the other side. That would be. I would like that fatality, genuinely.
Alright, well, I'm going to turn around for the Gnoll Witherling. We're going to start attacking him now.
Zoom tight.
Or should I kill number 2?
Number 2 looks very injured.
Yeah.
The Witherling isn't wearing any armor or anything. It doesn't appear to be, you know, it's just bones. But
yeah, let's go for number
those
2.
bones did hurt. 24 does hit. And how would you like to murder? You were doing some damage, though. Jeez.
Yeah.
12 damage. Max.
I'm rolling real well on my damage, which is
Yeah.
great. I should have done that on probably the Witherling. Oh well. I mean, it's just it's a gory, bloody mess. Think of like the Nat Geo channel when they're showing like the savannah and
Yeah.
yeah, it's
I've
any
seen-
of those.
Life had a whole section on hyenas, so that's the thing. Yeah, that's gross.
Here's an interesting thing. The Witherling, in response to a gnoll being reduced to 0 hit points within 30 feet, makes a melee attack as a vengeful strike. I guess pretend I did that on the other one because I just forgot. I was looking at the character sheet.
Is it a
Wow.
reaction? Or
It is
just
it is a reaction. Yes, that is its
I
reaction.
can only do it once then.
Correct. It can only do it once. Yeah, so it's not gonna trigger
That's
twice.
That's fine.
So it will attempt to bash you in vengeance.
Yeah.
Which
It does.
It does. You probably don't even notice. You're just like clawing them, and this thing just like hits you. It just continues stabbing
It's
other
really in the
gnolls.
zone.
Yeah,
Yep.
the gnoll zone. All right. And the other Witherling, just these guys don't seem to have any kind of ranged attacks. And 15, 20. You know what? These things aren't smart enough. They will just continue going after Frey. That is going to be a miss.
Thank God.
And
That one's not.
advantage is going to be a hit with that one, yeah, as it bites for 5. God, somebody do the math on how much rage has saved your ass.
How
right?
much mitigation we've had
Yeah.
tonight. It's
A lot.
Pretty nuts. That one's dead. We go to Edmond.
Right.
two cowering immigrants.
Can you heal Frey again on your turn?
I could, yeah. I got one more level 1 spell. I hope this is it for the day, folks, because I've burned the fuck through my spells.
You guys are a few hours into the day. It's like, we're
Yeah.
donezo.
Well, I mean, there is a blizzard outside, so we're basically not leaving for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just gonna hang out.
He's gonna stand up and step. I want to put myself in danger again.
It's unresigned.
You'll love to see it.
I'm in a safe spot with my 10 HP, but let's.
You got four.
let's-
You got four shield, 4 extra.
That's
Or are you
true.
counting that?
All right, he's gonna stand up and step over here, and then he is going to turn that rope into a whip again at number 4.
Ooh, the
Advantage this
Banded
time because
one.
he's
Yeah.
restrained.
Yep, it
I'm
is.
gonna pull him into the fire. That's what I wanted to do.
ah, that's
I
pretty
put
good.
one
I like
fucking
that.
campfire in this map. I swear to God. I gotta whip everybody into this fucking fire.
But I yeet the Witherling into the fire.
When Raymond's involved, anything can be an environmental hazard.
Yep. Yep.
All the future maps, you're not gonna put any fires.
That's right.
It's just gonna be.
Somebody in
it's
the
just,
chat actually.
it's just gonna be
somebody in the
flat
chat said
land
that.
of nothing else. Or no, that's not fun.
white padded rooms with no corners.
Yeah,
believe in the
I think
chat
somebody
said.
mentioned that in the chat too. The next
Yes.
area is gonna be just nothing. All right, give me 1d6 for extra fire damage.
Yeah.
All right, the whip and the fire licks at
Good
that
luck getting
gnoll.
out of it.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're right. He's fucking can't move.
It's restrained, yeah.
He's restrained. All right. We can rule that's just gonna hit him every turn, basically.
Uh-oh.
That's funny. All right,
That guy's
Noel is Noel is dead. All right, so now
He's on
Pac,
fire.
he's on fire. You can go ahead and roll it now if you wish. That Noel is on fire. Takes another 3 fire to just cooking, just wrapped up in this iron band, and just fucking.
See, this is
cooking
why
this
we're just
Gnoll.
gonna long rest here because we'll have food on the Barbie. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Nice null meat.
Yeah, ironically, it's not quite in range, so it's still technically attacking with its longbow, I guess, but it has disadvantage. Although if it attacks Frey, it would technically be a wash.
Yeah, normal.
But it fucking wants to kill Edmond. Edmond, did you fall down prone after?
Oh, yeah, I should have.
I'll
Good
let you if you
coward.
want to. Yeah.
No, I don't want to actually, because number 5 could melee me. So,
True.
I'm standing.
Okay. So it has well, it has disadvantage on you anyway, but it will try to attack you specifically because it seems pissed off at you. It's 15 hits.
High?
Tie hits, yeah.
Oh, darn it.
5 piercing. Can this gnoll get its sweet revenge on Edmond? 13 is probably not. What is your AC? Oh, you just said tie, 15. However, it will incite. It's got its incite rampage. One creature the gnoll can see within 30 feet of its reaction. Make me notice if you can hear the gnoll and has the rampage trait, which they do. Which, by the way, rampage means if they reduce a creature to 0 hit points, they get to do a bonus attack bite, which obviously doesn't come up very often. It will incite the Witherling to attack Edmond.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it fucking hates you.
I know. It's standing right here. But
Ooh, for 18. Oh, 3 bludgeoning. I rolled. It's so bad for damage.
Yep.
So
still
bad.
standing. Still standing.
Alright, that Pack Lord is roasting. But now it's the Witherling's turn, so it will definitely turn on Edmond.
No.
It has been
I really gotta
commanded.
get like a oh
no!
Sorry, that's not advantage. That's not advantage.
Oh, okay.
still hits him.
Yeah.
16. So ignore the crit when I click on this. Just 3 damage. Just 3 damage. You're fine. But now the
I'm
bite.
still alive.
But now the bite.
Oh my gosh,
16.
seriously?
Is it gonna? 6 piercing.
Yep.
It
I'm done.
rips into Edmond.
This is what happens every time I come close into combat.
That's right. You got the wrath of the boss, and the boss can control the minions. Valravn, Edmond has gone down in front of you.
All right. Well, I wasn't gonna heal Frey, but now
No, I've done my job. I put the boss in the fire.
it's true. You have tied the boss up and put him in a fire. That's pretty
That
good.
was pretty effective.
You just hear Edmund's voice on the wind. Leave me where I am.
Yep. It's all right. It's all right, my ingenious friend. We will awake you. We will rest now. We will
Thank
wake
you.
you when the fighting is over.
So I have the. I did start the MVPC poll. Please vote. I need to put it on this camera placement though. Which...
Small, as much as you might want it to be, small Valravn is not an option, Duka.
I love it.
Yeah.
There we go. Small Marine. Yeah, honestly, if Frey doesn't get MVPC, like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, holy crap.
Valravn will speak again of, or as he's writing in his book.
Chapter 2 of Fray's
That's,
Muscles.
yeah, phrase of how awesome Frey is.
I found a new muscle group. She has
Oh,
developed
Max,
a 7th ad.
she has a 7th ab that is worth 9 HP.
Alright, look at Valravn being the healer here.
This is the perfect synergy. A barbarian that can just mitigate all damage, and just somebody standing right behind her.
It's just buffing,
Just
constantly
healing.
support. I mean, this is the balanced team. What you lack is just somebody in the back doing the DPS, basically.
Yes, that's right.
I need a freaking second attack that I can use my axe with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just gonna put that out there.
Sweet level 5.
And this time, he is going to Vicious Mockery, not the Witherlings. I don't know if Vicious Mockery would work against the Witherlings, honestly. I don't know. They have to understand me, and they're like these undead constructs, so I don't know. So I'm not even going to try it. Instead, he is going to... Or actually, I don't know if that's that one or not. But I am instead going to viciously mock
Vicious Mock.
the leader as he basically just describes his predicament. died in iron
that's
bands,
pretty bad.
standing over a fire.
It's pretty bad. Although he's already got disadvantage, but yeah.
The gnoll leader could do naught but think on his inadequacies.
God, these wisdom is like just tearing me up. My goodness. Takes 4 psychic damage as he feels sad.
That'll do it for me.
Great sad. All right, Frey.
Here comes Frey. She's got the claws. She's got the claws. All right.
You know, now that I see the claws in action, I'm wondering why you haven't been using them this entire time. These claws are pretty great.
Yeah, no.
It's weird because it's a D6. You think, oh, that's not as good as my thing, but just the fact you get to attack multiple times and you can apply that rage and your reckless attack, like all your shit to it, is really pretty nice.
That helps. All right, so number 5, we'll go with that one. Yeah, it's on. Okay. Oh, it's almost a crit.
Yeah, it was 7 damage. Uh, 16 does hit, and 12 absolutely destroys the skeleton. Like, it just explodes in front of you, and you shove your claws inside.
Oh, you went from max to min. Okay, that's what I was like. Why is there such a discrepancy there?
That is the range right there. She does between 7 and 12 damage with her claws currently.
Yep.
And then I'll just take a little step forward.
Now, let's see. Does this thing trigger response to a gnoll being reduced? It's technically not a gnoll. It's undead, so I don't think it gets its thing anymore. It doesn't care if its fellow undead gnolls get killed. Step right up, indeed. And this witherling is still up. Attempt to trade blows with the barbarian. We're still recklessly.
You'll notice.
Getting that advantage.
Yeah, I should have, but yeah.
That's gonna be a
fine.
miss.
Yep, that'll hit.
That one is gonna hit with the bite for 4 damage.
That's 2.
2 damage. Yep. And then we go to Edmond.
Oh dear.
Dear is right. We probably ought to
Edmond makes a failed death save. Now you're starting to get into the danger zone right here, because you roll a 1. That is 2 fails.
Yep.
Yep, indeed.
And Raymond creates a new character.
All right.
Find wandering in the snow.
Edmond, give me a 1d6 for the fire damage. Still roasting on this Gnoll Pack Lord. Roasting on an open fire. Jack
there,
Frost
see, he got his
nipping at
1 out of his
nose.
ray. So it's fine.
Yeah.
The 1's out of the way.
Alright, with you stepping up, the Pack Lord will be finally engaging with you, which means it would have disadvantage, but since you are reckless, it's just normal. It attacks with, I'll let it, 2 attacks. Okay, so it's going to attack with its glaive. And it critically misses anyway. That one will hit. Whoa!
Ow, that one hurts.
Well, damn. Yeah, I did mention he has a nastier weapon.
Alright, she'll deal with him in just a second.
Right.
Yep. And that one is dead. So we go to Valravn.
Okay. I mean, at this point, Frey's got all the HP she needs. It's fine.
You got it.
Yeah, and Valravn is genuinely afraid that his buddy is bleeding out on the ground. And as rare as the chance might be, there is still the chance of him rolling a 1. So yeah, he will use, which he can only do it at level 2, because he's only got 1 more level 2 spell slot. That's all he's got left.
Pumping all his healing words out.
Yep. He will say, as the lifeless body of Edmond lay on the ground, he was yet roused by the screams of pain coming from the gnoll leader as he roasted on the fire. Knowing that his work had done well, he... Whoa, shit. That's not right.
Cast sleep.
What was that? Oh. Cast sleep.
You put me into a slumber.
Actually, that could work in our favor because, like, with hit points and stuff like that, he just falls asleep in the fire and dies.
Well, then he just immediately wake up, unfortunately. But that's that'd be pretty funny.
Smoke inhalation, man. That's what gets you.
Another pretty good roll on.
That's also really good. Yeah. I mean, the healing word is base pretty good because there's a 5 base because like it's whatever my casting modifier is.
That's true.
So it's a 5. It's a
Yeah,
5,
you
and
get a
then
+5.
it's a D4.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So 11.
Wow.
Thank you.
Edmond rose to look upon his terrible works and rejoice.
Excellent. I've done excellent.
Did Edmund rise like a mummy, like, eh.
And when I roll my con saving throw, do I still get his endurance thingy?
That is my constitution. That is my spell concentration. So I would argue yes, but TM.
I would allow it. Technically, you are still concentrating on that. Yeah. So So you have to make a DC 15 con saving throw for the lingering injury. But what does it give you? Advantage with the
That's what I give him.
bear's endurance. Yeah. And the advantage helps you
And there it is.
immeasurably. You manage to stave off any lingering injuries thanks to Valravn's. My goodness, I know Frey got the MVPC, but like you've been back there doing some real work with these support spells, though.
This has been a real like star and then support star.
Yes.
It's sort of separated tonight. It's been a very
You're behind the
I
scenes.
don't care what they say about you, but you're a good man, Valravn.
Oh. Frey.
So, do we think if we kill the big rat, the bone rat dies?
maybe.
The bone rat.
Is he the one who summoned him, or is it?
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah, that's
maybe.
what you saw.
All right, she's gonna go for the big guy.
Now I will mention, you don't need to reckless attack because you already have advantage because he is restrained in
True.
the iron bands. Yeah, that's because he still has
So
that
yeah,
effect.
I'm not gonna reckless attack then. But she is gonna use her little kitten claws. She likes him now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Wow.
This is really bad rolls. A 3 and a 1. Despite him being
We-
restrained and in a giant like metal thing, you still managed to.
Have you figured out what his baseline was? Like,
I don't think
How
so.
will we-
We've rolled really well. I think. I don't think
Yeah.
we've actually gotten
Okay.
close.
all right, I'm gonna save it then. Try again. That'll work.
Oh, another crit from
Yep.
Frey. Gets
That'll
pissed. Gets pissed at having one of your claws get like deflected by the iron band. So you really get in there. That is 15 damage, I believe,
It is, yes.
and a con save DC 10, which
Ooh.
he does make.
Just made it.
Yeah, barely. All right, that pack lord looks real fucking bad right now. He obviously was very meaty and in charge of these gnolls for a reason, but he's looking real fucking bad. That witherling's still alive though.
Yeah, I left him alone.
Yeah, but now it does
He does not get advantage
does
this
not
time.
have advantage. Correct. I have to click off that.
But that really hasn't made much of a difference. So
It immediately gets a critical
Not at
hit.
all.
My
Not
god. Jesus Christ. So many attack rolls. 8 bludgeoning, and then when it leans in for the bite, that will miss.
I will miss, yes.
And we go to Edmond. This has just been a fucking bloody melee battle in here.
He's gonna hobble over.
Ah, yes, thank you for remembering. So many crits.
This is how you train a Pokemon.
Edmond getting fucking bold as shit.
He goes from number 4.
The boss, 21
Oh,
will
yeah.
hit.
And then, any chance you would allow that Witherling to also be thrown in the fire?
I don't think so. The fire's not big enough to hold 2 gnolls.
Well, I do want to attempt. No, never mind. No worries about it. That's it.
Stick in there. Okay. You really provoke the ire of the pack lord.
No, no.
Never me.
This is how it works again.
By standing next to him. However, he has disadvantage.
Takes 4
Delta
damage from
roasting?
fire.
Oh, sorry, he
Yeah.
does take 4
4.
damage. You're right, yep. It looks like he's on his last legs.
4 barbecue damage.
Yeah. And he's like literally just like the smell is horrifying, by the way. It just smells like burnt roasting fur and just flesh. Like literally his significant parts of him have like burned away. And it's probably like heating the fucking like iron around him too. Like just searing.
This is some like witch trial shit that's going on
It's
right now. He
pretty
is literally
grisly.
like on a fire, burning alive.
Yes. But he will still try to attack Edmond, but with disadvantage it goes wide. And it just cannot, just angrily screaming at this point, like in a just insane rage, trying to hit you, and failing to do so. Valravn.
Fire just like obscures his eyes,
Yeah,
and Edmond easily dodges out of those attacks.
nice.
Oh, Robin is out of shit.
I've spent all perfectly balanced dungeon, you say? Fascinating.
For 3, yes.
Yeah.
For 3, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Valravn is very kind of awkwardly, like he's already written the end of the battle. He's already written how this all go. Like, you know, him roasting on the spit. It's all perfect. So he's
Well,
finished the
enjoyed some
story.
nice
He closed.
Knoll sandwiches, some Knoll po' boys.
Right. He closes his book. He very awkwardly is putting it back in his pack, and he pulls out his light crossbow.
A mission
which he
accomplished
does-
flag.
That's right.
His light
And-
crossbow.
He is going to very awkwardly attempt to shoot the Gnoll leader that is in the fire with his light
Please
crossbow.
steal everybody's kill on this.
That's what.
You haven't, yeah, so 21 will hit. I'm not even kidding. He had 7 hit points left. I'm not fucking kidding. Both Edmond and Frey coming up here just attacking this guy. And Valravn just nonchalantly.
He barely even knows how to use this thing. He's just like, ah.
You put it right fucking through his eye. Just and it just fucking stops. And sure enough, when that happens, within like a heartbeat later, this Gnoll skeleton just collapses. All is quiet.
No, big man. Your fingers are mine.
Okay, take the fingers. Yeah.
She took the whole hand. This
Oh,
time,
boy.
yeah.
It's
This-
been roasted.
It's maybe that's more better. I don't know, but
Yeah. It'll make a better decoration for the like belt she's got going.
Well, when you're doing that, you notice the Gnoll boss was highly decorated in that he had a dangling earring studded with several green gems. It looks quite valuable, as well as a silver necklace.
Yeah.
2 nice-looking pieces of loot.
All right. They don't look magical. They just look like they like jewelry.
They just look like they're valuable. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Frey's got no issues. She'll just like rip the earring out. like-
Ear, a little bit of ear still attached
it's,
on there.
It's the bar fight ripping the earring.
Yeah.
I agree. The pun game on the chat tonight has been very strong. They
Yeah.
come with
Great.
a lot of good Gnoll puns.
Yeah, I
I've
didn't think
I
Gnolls-
appreciate it.
Yeah, we're a good source, but there you go.
We appreciate it, chat. We really do.
So I'm going to kind of montage the rest of this. You guys are at the end of this dungeon. You can free your comrades. They appear to be surprisingly mostly unharmed. You're not sure maybe if there was some ritual that was planned for them or something, but they were just dragged here unconscious. You also find their loot nearby, and you also find a nice little treasure cache for yourselves. Enough that you each, the 3 of you, earn 10 gold pieces.
Sweet.
And just to make it a little bit more fun, I originally was going to actually roll and had like loot planned, but since this was really kind of just a random dungeon generator, I threw at you guys to give us a an encounter between events while we had a smaller party. I'm going to have each of you roll a 1d100. And for those of you watching, we are using the Magic Item Table B from the Dungeon Master's Guide, page 144.
Ooh.
All right. Edmond.
All rolled different numbers.
Yep.
Edmond, you find a spell scroll of 2nd level. I don't... I'll need to randomly generate you a 2nd level spell. Or, you know what? I'll let you pick. You can look at the Artificer spells, and whatever spell scroll you want at 2nd level, that's what you find. That's under the Artificer spell list. Frey, 85 is good.
Please don't be a spell roll.
That's pretty high. Yep.
You find a cap of water breathing.
That's not going to help in an ice world.
Maybe not. You're not sure. I have to look that one up. This was... If you roll high, you get special stuff. It's a wondrous item. While wearing this cap underwater, you can speak its command word as an action to create a bubble of air around your head. It allows you to breathe normally underwater. The bubble stays with you until you speak the command word again. The cap is removed, or you are no longer underwater.
Cool.
Cap of water breathing. And Valravn, rolling a 24, you get a potion of resistance. And similar to Edmond, I will let you decide what kind of potion of resistance you find.
Well, cold seems logical.
Cold does seem pretty logical.
I think I will roll with that.
That sounds pretty good. So yeah, and when you explore the rest of the dungeon, the one part you missed early on was you basically,
trail?
yeah, you found bodies that seem to belong to a lot of the Black Swords people. So you can kind of put two together. This is kind of the gnoll group that maybe attacked.
Now, are they all dead?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they wearing heavy winter clothing? Because I might take their clothes, like if they were like heavy black cloaks or
Anything that they would have looks like it is shredded and torn and destroyed
Oh.
by the gnoll attack.
All right.
Yeah, these gnolls will
His
not
goal
be
is to keep you in the silk shirt.
smart
at
enough
this
to
point.
keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to have the open V neck. Yeah. And also, Frey, you got MVPC, so you can roll on that table
Yeah.
and get a
Oh, God, I
potion
need
of
that.
healing.
Please, for the love of God, give me another.
Yeah.
Oh, I hilariously already had one, so now I have two.
Yeah, just stack them at this point.
Yep.
As many as we can find.
Yeah, so you guys it's only been a couple hours since you long rested.
But are we in a situation where we can't leave the cave right now?
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
you said
it was a straight up whiteout outside.
Right, yeah. You'd have to wait. I mean, you obviously can get a short rest pretty easily, and you would have to wait probably another hour or 2 or 3, whatever it is, for that storm to die down.
Oh, the short rest is definitively happening for me.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely short rest. But I mean, yeah. So at that point, after another 3, like say, like I don't know, 3 hours before the blizzard dies down, then we're what, halfway through the day, or
You're probably
something like
yeah,
that?
you're probably halfway. Yeah.
All right. I feel comfortable enough continuing on, assuming we're not going to encounter another dungeon full of gnolls before in the next 4 hours.
You'll probably be all right on that. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to go and do the short rest thing, you should be able to have that macro that you can select when you select your tokens.
Consider using hit dice.
You are down 38 hit points. Man.
I will use Song of Rest though, so
Yeah.
people can get some hit points back.
Well, Robin took
That'd be
no
great.
hit point damage,
No
but
damage.
used all spell slots,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think all bardic inspirations. Or do you have any of those?
No, I actually only used 2 of those.
Okay.
I still had 3 left, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's your song of rest?
It's still D6, I think, 'cause it
D6,
scales. I
yeah,
think with your
yeah.
bardic die.
Yep.
No rest for the weary, no rest for the wicked. No rest for you guys. Excellent work, chat. Just excellent.
He's gonna go just sit in a corner and just have another snack.
For some
Mhm.
reason, I'll say the bear puns literally grated. I hated them, but I'm all right with the null puns.
gnoll,
For some
yeah.
reason, the nulls are all right.
Yeah, the gnolls are all right. Like the gnoll puns. Look at all this dice she has to roll. Oh man.
Jesus, that's a 15 hit points
Mm-hmm.
Hey dude,
on my hit dice.
Frames are no fucking joke.
Yep.
I am fully healed.
Nice.
As am I.
All right. Yeah, after a couple hours, you rejoin your companions. The blizzard dies down, and you all can continue your journey towards Good Mead. And that will bring an end to this week's session of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Thank you to Chris, Heather, and Raymond for playing, and thank you to our wonderful fans for watching. Shouts to Platinum patrons, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Wizard, Princess, Christopher, Thomas, Captain Mike, Adam, Aiden, Stan, Nathan, Alex, Chad, Alexander, Dan, Cam, and the Quizette, Hatterack. Gold patrons, RPG Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Dead Lizard, Lounge, Sam, Arash, Lumpy, Spuds, Jerome, Skalenia, Nick, Farty Mick, Butterpants, Blood Angel, Vronus, Baboon, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, and James. Live streaming our D&D adventures every week. We will see you all next time. Discuss how I put this dungeon together in like 30 hours
A day.
on cross-site chat. Yeah.
I'm playing mod as a smoldering gnoll right by
A smoldering knoll.
bench burning fur.
Smoking
Fucking
body.
campfire, God.
How much damage did that campfire do? It had to have done at least 20 at the end. Or well, maybe like 15. It was...
Probably.
Yeah.